everyone hear me and can see the screen? This meeting is being recorded.
Yes, I can see the screen. Good evening.
Yes, good, thank you. So you can see the screen, you can hear me, that's good. Thank you for confirming that. Okay, so now is almost 7:03. So I think we will begin the meeting. So welcome to the FLL Explore Maryland Coach Mentors meeting. Today's March 29th. As you see on the screen right now. So the purpose of the meeting is certainly to welcome, many of the coaches and mentors, and I think many of you will be having a team for the upcoming event in April. So the purpose of the meeting, is to provide some preliminary information about the event in April, and also let's ask questions, share ideas for the journey of all of our teams. Okay, so 7:03. So let's get started. So next slide, please. Okay, so in April 29th, this Saturday, and many of you already signed up for your team to attend the FLL Explore Festival at the Academy of Excellence, AOE. So we're going to refer our center as AOE. And I want to share some, as an event organizer, I want to share some preliminary information with you all today. Next slide. So the AOE Robotics Center is located in Rockville, Maryland. Here is the address. And don't worry, you don't need to copy it down because later on, I think many of you have received an email from me to join this meeting. So I'm going to send out another email, with many of the information that we talk about today. So the AOE Robotics Center is in Rockville, very close to Rockville Town Square. So if you're in Maryland, if you're in Montgomery County, you may know that it is around I-270 North, the fifth exit number 5. And it is close to the Rockville Town Center, next to the 355, Route 55 Rockville Pike. So this is the location. Next slide. So the preliminary timeline right now is we are targeting a arrival and setup around starting from 9:15 on that Saturday. So 9:15. The festival will be on Saturday, and we're targeting arrival and setup around 9:15 in the morning, and also volunteers check in around that time. At around 9:30 a.m., the reviewers will have a briefing to go over some of the reviewing guidelines for the festival. And around 10 o'clock, that is officially our review session will begin. And the reviews right now, we have approximately, we have over a dozen teams. So we will do the review by groups. Okay, so we'll do the review by groups. And I'm going to explain more about what does that mean by groups. Just want to make sure that, at that time, 10 o'clock, the venue will be closed to public so that only the team that are being reviewed will be in there. So we don't want the public to come in back in and out, during the time. We want to make sure during the review session, the team is having all the attention, with the reviewers and showcasing their journey, their design, and the story. And by 11 o'clock, all the reviewers will do the deliberation in a separate room. So at that time, all the exhibits, all the build, that will be open to public. So if at that time when if you have friends, if you have family members want to come in, take a look, you know, participate, look at your team and also all the other teams, that will be the good time to let them know, to come in around 11 o'clock. And then we will have a rose ceremony at around 11:15 a.m. So this is the preliminary timeline that we are setting right now. I want to make sure, do you all have, if you have any question, feel free to ask at this point. So arrival around 9:15 and around 11:30 or so. If there's no question, I'll move on to the next slide, please. So remember that the review time will be between 10 to 11 o'clock, and we are splitting the group in two groups. So the group assignment for your team will be, I'll provide it in the next week or so. So, and each team, the review time for each team is 30 minutes. So if your team is in group A, then your review time will be 10 to 10:30. So at that, if you're group A, your review time will be 10 to 10:30. So at that time, we encourage, all the group B's participant to be out of the room, and also, you know, the parents or the coaches for Group A should, try to stand aside so that um, the reviewer will have a one-on-one close conversation with, not exactly one-on-one, but have a focused discussion with the team to share about, so that the team can share about the journey. So at this time, at 10 to 10:30, the Group A will be reviewing in room 201 in one of the room of our center. And then Group B, we will have some robotic demonstration in the same building in another room. So basically at that time, Group B, we will have people lead them to another room, which is about six room down the road. We will have some FTC robotic available, the demonstration to show them, the FTC robotics and what can be done with these robotics. So gave them exposure of some of the next levels robotic games. And then by 10:30, we're going to swap. By 10:30, if you assign a group B, you will come back from the robotic demonstration back to the review room, and then your group A will have their review finish, and then they can go to see the robotic demonstration. So I hope you can see that the group A and group B, they basically cross path doing activity at two different rooms. If the group is being reviewed, they will be in one room, the whole, with all six teams. I think right now we are targeting about 6 teams in the group. If you're group B, then you go to see the robotic demonstration. Okay, so that is the preliminary how we're going to have this work out. Now, one of the very important part of this festival is to have the team to talk about the build, talk about the core value and the journey. So what we need from the team is, it will be great if each team can prepare to have one reviewer available. The reviewer can be either a coach, a mentor, or even a parent, so that each team will volunteer, provide one volunteer to be a reviewer. And we'll make sure that we will not be reviewing your own team. Okay. So this part, I want to make sure that, the viewing schedule, and also each team, prepare to help to provide, to volunteer one person as a reviewer. Okay. So is there any question for this part of the information?
Just one question. Will we know this assignment beforehand or it will be on the day of the?
It will be on the
event?
day off. It will be on the day off.
Okay.
So, but it would be great if if you have one parent that definitely available. We will encourage them to register, as a volunteer in our system so that we can plan accordingly.
Okay.
That would be the best. If you have parent volunteer can do this, because most likely you will have parents coming in because of the age. Um, you will come in. They cannot come. The team cannot come here themselves. So if you have a parent available, that would be very helpful. To be a reviewer for the festival.
Can
Very
more
good
than
question.
one parent sign up for it? If any, can more than one parent if they are
Yes,
interested?
definitely,
Okay.
definitely, yes, definitely. But and we will make sure that we will not be reviewing your own team.
Yes.
Yeah. So if a
I,
team is in Group A, we will have you review Group B, for example. Teams in Group B. Yes. Any other question? Go ahead. No? Oh,
Hi, I have a
yes.
question.
Go ahead.
When the review is happening, this 10 to
Yes.
10:30, for example, for group A,
Yeah.
uh, how much time the review will happen for a particular group? Is there a time limit?
So we reserve. So this is the 30-minute. So what happened during typically the review is each team will have two reviewers. So the viewer will come to the team's table, have some chat with the kids, icebreaker, right? Because so typically the discussion, the communication will be about 15 minutes at most, 15
15
20
minutes.
minutes. Yes.
Is there
Yes.
any format to it? Like first 5 minutes, the kids go, the children, they get to speak, and then the question answer, or it is just a general discussion?
It's up to the team, it's basically is it your team can decide, hey, let's spend some time in the beginning, do an introduction, of the team,
Okay.
of the ideas, and then that will certainly be a good opportunity for kid to initiate to talk, right? And then once
Okay.
get the ball rolling, the reviewers will can ask question here and there, talking about the theme of energy, the build, the presentation board, the core values, things like that. So it is up to the team, but it is a good, actually, as you suggest, it is a good idea to have some prepared um, information. They can talk about it so the kids will open up a little bit more easily.
Okay.
So
Okay.
does that answer your
And then,
question? Go ahead, keep going.
yeah, and one more question along with it.
Yeah.
So during the review, the parents and the coach can be present there, or only coach means will be there? What is the structure?
Um, we certainly, the parents and the sibling, they should stay away, not stay away, but step
Okay.
aside, right? The coach, we say that, yeah, we understand that these are younger kids, so it may be good to have a coach around, but we encourage only the coach will be around, but without interfering with the conversation, because it's a chance
Absolutely.
for the team for the kids to talk, to learn, and to express themselves. I think that is a very important part. Right? We don't want because when we have a team too. The kids will be, if there's a question they don't know, they would look around, look for the adults, look look for
Correct.
the coach or parents to help. But we want them to give it a try. So
Sure.
we encouraged the family member to be step outside, and then the coach can stand around. Does that answer your question? Good. Okay. So I understand that there's that question of what to do with the adult. So I prepare some a short video at the end to show you how actually what was happening during the review. So we can share more. We can talk more about that. Share more insight on that later on. But that's a very good question. So next page.
Sorry, thank you. I said thank you, but maybe I was speaking on mute. But thanks for clarifying. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So what to bring on that day? So this is, we are still a month away. So during our next mentor and coach meeting in 2 weeks, we will talk about it again. But from right now, you should start to prepare to bring a team roster that is printed from your first inspires.org account. So when they say yours, it's the coach account. So I assume you are all coaches. So you should print a team roster. So once you go into your own first inspire.org, you should able to see your team, and then you should able to print a team roster that has all the coach and mentor's name as well as the team member's name. So print that one and bring it to us so when we check in, we know which team is here. So that's something that maybe you want to start working on, because next slide, in order to print a team roster, so next slide please, all the coaches will have to complete the youth protection program requirement, protection screening requirement. So so this is one of the few things that is better to start working on it for your team, especially for the coaches and the mentors. They need to complete this youth protection screening. So definitely a first reminder. Next slide. The second thing that you should start working on is to have the parents or the guardian of your team member to register. Each kid will need to have register at firstinspire.org. So each team member each kid from the team will need to register first. Okay, and then once everybody register, the team, the mentor and the coaches complete the youth protection screening, then you will be able to print the roster. So those are the good things to start working on as we have a month from the event. Is there any question on these two must do? So no question. Let's move on to the next slide. So also we talk about volunteer sign up. If you have additional coaches, mentor, or family members can help to be reviewers, please sign up as volunteer in firstinspire.org. So I saw one of you unmute. So is there a question you want to ask? Okay. So if not, so those are things to do, in between now and April 29th. So make sure you have your team roster ready make sure the coaches and the mentor completes the youth protection screening and have the team member register. Okay. So did you go back to the two video, the slide of the two video? Okay, so the first video I want to share here is actually what happened, some of the pictures that we took, and we make a video for what happened during the January FLL Explore Festival in Rockville Science Center. So these are some pictures that we took. We put it as a video, so to share with the coaches here, so you can have a sense of what is going on. So let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, maximize it. this is pretty quick, but just to show you that in the beginning we have some beginning remarks, and then each team will have their own set up at their tables, and then we will have the reviewers to talk to them, discuss with them, and what ceremony at the end to celebrate the festival. Okay, so if you can help me to get the second video. Second video is mostly for I took pictures during this second festival, which is a month ago at University of Maryland, Baltimore County, UMBC. During that festival, I took some picture. The interaction between, even though it's picture, but you can see the reviewers are wearing the red shirts. Try to talking to the kids. So you can see around there's not that many adults. I think we tell the coaches and the families try to stay away. So let's go ahead and take a look at the video. Can you make it larger, Karen? Yeah. So we have the reviewers wearing our volunteer shirt, that is red in color. So you can see that the two reviewers will be talking with the teams. The teams will be showing them, sharing the design, sharing the story, core values, etc., etc. Did you guys want to first two things? Do you have any question for now? Like kind of what to expect, because when I was a rookie coach, I don't know what the reviewing is going to look like either. So I try to make some pictures and try to show it in the second videos. So first, is there any question in terms of the logistic?
So one quick question. So each team will get a table. Sorry. So yeah, each team will get a table, right? And then they can set it up on the table.
Yes.
And then reviewers will just go one by one. But you are saying there are multiple reviewers, so each team will get 15 minutes to present their story and then review. A reviewer will spend some time, so total 15 minutes for each group. Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Right. So basically, think of it, the setup is around 9:15. If you finish setting up, the kids are going to walk around and look at other, try to walk around and try to chat with other teams as well. And that is the time that, they can talk between the teams and, learn about what other people have done. And it's an excellent opportunity for them to, talk about their journey, their design and things like that. And then at 10 o'clock, we'll have the reviewers come to, specifically discuss certain things, the core value, the journey with specific teams.
Got it. And what is this award ceremony? Is it just to recognize everyone, or there is some kind of a special recognition going to happen to the good teams and all?
So all of us here are coaches, so we can be a little bit more open. We are not going to tell the kids, but each team most likely will have an award, right? Because this is a festival. This is not like a robotic games. FLL Explore is a level that is, it's like a festival. We celebrate, the completion. So actually all the teams will receive an award. Okay, so when they move up to the FLL Challenge robotic games and higher, there is a competition, there's points calculated and things like that. But for us, the FLL Explore level is a festival. So celebrate, the team spend so many months work on it, and now they're finishing the products. So everyone will have a medallion, and each team will have an award, a
Okay,
trophy, I
got
should
it.
say.
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem. So is there any question? Do you guys want to watch either one of the video again, or so if not, so I would if there's no other things, I will open up the floor for everyone. If you have any question in general, either about the event or about your team's journey. I think it is an exciting time. You know, many of the teams started in the fall time frame, and this is a good, ending and a high point for them to showcase their build, the story, and the board, and the storyboard.
Just a quick question. So parents, if they want to sign up, they will have to go on their dashboard uh, in the first, and then they will sign up. There will be a link to sign up as volunteer, right? Um,
Yes, and
okay,
pick the date, pick the April 29th date. Yes.
okay, okay. So I get that.
So there's one thing that I haven't touched on is in terms of parking. Um, the day is April 29th is a Saturday. So in around Rockville, Times Square, Town Center, the street parking with the meters is not free. So you have to feed the meter if you park on the street. So I just want to clarify that is one thing. And the second thing is there is a parking lot behind the building that you can park, the team can park. There's a you know, a lot of parking space behind that. So I would send out an email with pictures, which how to get to that parking lot behind the building next to M&T Bank. Actually, if you're familiar with our area, there is a parking lot behind the M&T Bank right next to our building. So there's just two things to clarify. One is if you park on the street by the meter, you have to feed the meter, and there's a parking lot for free, behind the M&T Bank next to our building. And I'll provide a Google map, pointing to it later on, send it out to everybody with a flyer schedule, basically. When all these time right now, these are preliminary information. Once it's finalized, most likely finalized, we'll have a flyer with the parking information, send it to all the team by email, to all the team coaches by email. Okay, so did I, any other question, any question on parking? I know this is hand waving right now. Next meeting, I'm going to put it on a map so everybody can see it. Okay, so is there any question? Feel free to anything you want to share. So as you see that, in some of the videos, this is someone have asked, each team will have a table. I would call it's very like a science fair, right? A science fair, everybody has a poster board, and then they have the build in front of them. The kids stand in front of it, in front of the table, and talk about it. So this is a very good opportunity for them to practice their communication. And it may be difficult for the at this age, but for the kids, but it's something that a valuable experience for them. So any question, anything? Okay, so if there's no question, thank you for joining the meeting. I hope that this will provide some preliminary information about the April 29th event so that you can share with your parents, with your team parents, some information, and stay tuned with the email. I'm going to communicate with you all through emails multiple times in the next month, for detailed information for that day, to share information for that day. Okay. Okay, so thank you for joining. And if you have no other question, I will end the meeting right here.